and that's why it immediately stuck out to me. Don't.
I think I like started with Let's camera
Okay.
camera thing like settings, and then like tweaked it just a little bit. But I don't think I tweaked anything too much. I don't know.
All right. Yeah.
I'll check
It's
out some other ones.
yeah. Just maybe worth experimenting, lowering the height a little bit, and seeing if it helps you
All
in
right.
your dribbles and stuff. But
Okay.
not a huge deal. So let's just get back to the kickoff real quick. So you're doing the wave dash
Yep.
here. It looks like. Okay. Yeah. Ideally, you learn the speed flip, but you're still a couple of ranks below where you absolutely need it. So I think that kickoff should be fine. I'm not going to talk about kickoffs too much. Obviously, I'm going to have an advantage on them because I'm using a speed flip, but
Okay.
there's a lot of good kickoff tutorials out there, so I'll let you just go to those resources instead.
All right.
But yeah, any of the kickoff tutorials online are pretty good. Verge has a really good one. Uh,
Okay.
French Probe, Fairy Peak has a really good one. It's old, but still very good. And then there's more I can point to if those don't help you out. All right, so what went wrong here? Let's see. So you have 12 boosts. Your job with 12 boosts is to probably just get a 50 in this position. You try to
Okay.
control the ball and get a flick, but it's just a little bit tricky because the ball's already moving forward here. If the ball was
Mm.
coming towards you, like rolling towards you, controlling it with 12 boosts is much, much easier because you can just
Yeah,
drive
that makes
into it without
sense.
even boosting. But when it's already rolling and has momentum in front of you, it's going to be really difficult to control with this little boost. So you can see like you try to do it, then you had to use a little boost to catch up to it, and at this point you already lost control before you could flick.
Yeah.
So in this position with this little boost, I would just keep the ball close and use your camera to look at me. With your settings, you're actually going to be able to see me over the ball a little bit,
Okay.
and then just time your flip so that I hit the ball into you.
You get a good
You hit
50.
it get a good safe 50, and then grab boost.
Gotcha. Instead of
Um,
like hitting it into you and giving you
right,
position.
right.
Gotcha.
Yeah, hitting the ball into your opponent when you have low boost and they have 100 is just going to be a goal most of the time.
All right. That's good to know.
All right. I like that you get a touch on the ball first to prevent me from shooting. Okay. So you do something weird here. I'm not really sure what were you trying to fake or what you were going for with this jump.
I was gonna like I can't really remember what was going through. I think I was trying to fake, but I thought you were coming to demo, is
Oh,
what
so you're trying to
I
dodge
think.
a bump. That makes
Yeah.
sense. Okay.
And then I was trying to land so that I could like control the ball. But
Yeah. So I'm playing off pads on the kickoff, so I'm pretty low boost in this position.
I
So
didn't notice that. I feel like I gotta keep track of that more. But
yeah, definitely something
yeah.
to keep track of. How much boost your opponent has, super important. Because when your
Yeah.
opponent's low boost, it's usually a good idea to speed up the play.
Okay.
So in this instance, even though this ball is safe, like I can't shoot it, I would still go for
Hmm.
it, and I would just knock it off of the sidewall, and then try to create a bounce that I could shoot from. So this net's wide
Okay.
open, and I don't have much boost to recover with. I'm kind
So
of on the
like hit
wrong
it
side
off the
here.
corner and then
Um,
like
yeah, or off the sidewall ideally, because the corner might roll up. It's kind of hard to
oh
predict.
okay, that's
It's kind of hard to read the bounce, whereas the
gotcha.
bounce off the sidewall is much easier to read for you to shoot on the
Okay,
open
gotcha.
net with. So I would just play fast and like double jump into this ball, try to
Hmm.
recover, like double jump into that ball, recover on the sidewall, and then shoot off the bounce. I think that's the
Okay.
fastest way to score in this position. I'm not saying it's like easy mechanically, but that's what I would go for. I think you
Oh, that
definitely
makes
have the
sense.
mechanics to do that. All right, so you go because I'm really close. Um, I don't mind trying to flick that early. Mechanics on the
Kinda missed,
flip are
yeah.
a little weird. I would just use like a front flip and hit it with the back bumper of your car because you have the Dominus. There's like a
Oh yeah.
huge bumper. So I'd probably just go for that. Um, Having the ball just roll in front of you here, it's kind of at this point I would stop boosting because
Yeah, you're
I
right.
have that 100. Right, so I'm gonna have a lot of boost.
That's smart.
I wouldn't hold down boost here because you're just kind of committed to taking a 50 at this point. There's nothing you can do to really get the ball past me. If you are
Yeah.
gonna try to use boost, I would try boost and diagonal flip with the corner of your
Hmm.
car and maybe generate enough power. I don't know the dominant like I'm not a Dominus player, but I know that Dominus hitbox can generate a ton of power. So maybe this is a shot that you could start looking at
This
potentially.
is like falling off my car, so I don't know if I would be able to get
Yeah,
one
but I
wave
mean
going.
even with the
But
ball on the ground, like even right now, like a
oh,
flip.
oh, okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
yeah. I just mean like a flip into the ball, like a power shot. It could
Okay.
potentially be good. But otherwise, I would just hold on to the boost that you do have left here and take a 50 and try to recover.
Alright.
Yeah, because you end up just kind of using all 30. Let's see. Nice. Ooh, I really like this recovery. That's smart. So this is something a lot of players don't do right. It's subtle, but what you do here, where you land backwards and then you reverse right away, it's actually
Oh
super
yeah.
smart. And I was surprised in game by this recovery, but you did really, really well. That's probably the only way for you to score that, so it's super well done. And it's definitely showing that you have awareness of where your car's momentum is, and you clearly have that idea of wherever your momentum is, you don't want to break that momentum, you just keep it going. So if
Yeah.
you're moving backwards, you're just going to reverse out of it. That was really clean. Nice.
Cool.
Okay. It's a little indecision there, but I think we made the right
Yeah,
choice
you
in the
saw
end.
it.
Yeah. Okay. Big.
Got faked. Ouch.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Net's still safe. So here I'm just taking this touch to take it around you and grab this boost.
Yeah.
Um,
I figured you wouldn't have a shot, so I didn't go for it.
yeah, it's smart. Okay, so what's going on here? It's kind of the second or third time I've seen you drop the ball like this. Um, and I'm not a Dominus player, but when I do try to dribble in Dominus, this happens to me a lot in game. Like the ball just kind of rolls off my car when I don't want it to.
Oh yeah.
So you just have to drill this and learn the hitbox. Do you always play Dominus?
Most yeah, basically. I used to play Fennec, but
Okay.
the last like couple months I've been playing Dominus.
Yeah, so I would just get really comfortable with the hitbox and practice dribbling a lot. Do you use workshop maps? Like how do you practice
Yeah, all the
dribbling?
time. All
Okay,
the dribbling challenge too.
nice. That's the same one I use as well. It's a really good one.
A lot
So
of.
so I would keep drilling that, but I would also use custom training packs to practice catching the ball and practice
Yeah.
catching it in free play as well.
Mhm.
Because the workshop map always has you start the same way, but
Yeah.
dribbling in game doesn't always start that way. Doesn't like the
I do
ball's
a lot
never
of
just
dribbling
stationary.
stuff in free play.
Great. Yeah. So I would just keep drilling that stuff
So
because this is like the second or third time that the ball is just dropped and spilled out, which is
I
obviously not
think
ideal.
I think I did that one on purpose. I was gonna try and drop it and then cut around,
Okay.
but I guess with you on that side of the ball, it wouldn't really have done anything either.
I see.
So
That works out.
and it was kind of going too fast anyway. So
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
that's fair enough. Okay. Yeah, it's a little lucky that you didn't get demoed there. Let's see.
yeah. I
So
probably could have
this
used my rear view.
is this a moment where you know I'm gonna flick it for sure,
Yeah.
and you don't have a lot of speed, like you're not supersonic right now. So I would be boost and flipping together to try to run back here and save this flick. Because if this flick goes fast enough, it's the net's just wide open right now.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
you're not even boosting yet, or you just started boosting. But as soon as you see me going for it, you want to boost and flip together, get supersonic as fast as you can.
Okay.
You're still not supersonic. Yeah, you definitely want to play that one faster.
I
Yeah,
guess I don't
because
really expect like really high power flicks to come out, especially at my rank.
yeah, yeah,
But
you kind of have to respect when the ball's on someone's card and they're good at
yeah,
flicking. You have to respect it and give more space and pick up more speed.
that makes sense.
That was the mistake there, is just getting too close.
Mhm.
All right. Got a good bump there. I would have had that. Alright. See, like now that it's on your car, look at, I'm already supersonic, right? I'm respecting your flick.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah. And I've created this, like my positioning here is very like classic shadow defense, just giving you space
Yeah.
because I know the ball's on your car. Yeah, it's a bit of a weird play. I'm not sure. So it looked like you were trying to pop it again on the landing. Is this what you were going for?
Yeah, I'm trying to get back under it really, but
Yeah. So to
I
make this
didn't.
more consistent, because I really like this type of attack, I do this like fake jump a lot. Instead
Hmm.
of instead of that big jump where you hold down A, it's just a tap. You just gently, gently tap A for a split second.
Oh
And what
yeah.
happens is instead of the ball like flying up like this and having to wait for it to come back down and having to recover from this big jump, your car
Hmm.
recovers almost immediately and the ball stays nice and centered right over where you jumped. Especially if the ball's like
Okay.
um, right over the center of your car, it'll just be in
Yeah.
perfect control again. So like here, let's see where you started. It was a little far forward. Like I like it to be almost dead center on my car, and then I just tap A, and
Hmm.
you're in immediate control again because you don't have to recover at all. It's just a split second, and then the ball's back on your
Gotcha.
car. You can flick, you can low 50, you can do whatever you want with it. Um,
Okay.
So it's a good idea, just mechanical execution was a little bit off.
Yeah.
Alright, let's see this. That's a really good thing to practice in free play, by the way. That kind of like fake pop into a flick.
Yeah.
Kickoff goal, won't cover that. Okay. Bump.
Oh, I did win that kickoff.
Yeah.
Sort of.
I would try to go for a bump here. It's pretty good. Just flip into me. It's a little committing, but
Oh yeah.
if you miss me, then you're flipping right into the boost.
Yeah, that's smart.
Because you won this kickoff, right? So you want to get some kind of play going here. And right
Yeah.
now it looks like you're not going to be able to shoot because I'm recovering in time.
Mm.
So I would go for like just a front flip here. And if you catch a piece of me, I'm going to go flying. I'm going to have no boost, then you'll have an open net. And if you don't, then you just get that mid boost.
Okay.
I want to see
Yeah,
what
that's
my
fine.
recovery was off of this kickoff though, 'cause I don't know how I got back. Nice. Yeah, it was just a clean landing. I think the speed flip is good too because you just have more momentum when you're going at the ball. I don't really hear that talked
Yeah.
about too much, but it's like you tend to be the player who's moving faster after the kickoff too, so you can just like kind of power slide out of it and you're first
Yeah,
to the
I've
ball.
noticed that too.
Yeah.
You get beat on the recovery quite a bit.
A little miscontrol for me. Let's see. Yeah, so my wave dash just got a little too far behind the ball. I was trying to catch it into a dribble.
What I thought you were going for.
Yeah, so I should be backflip challenging there. Okay, yeah, that looks better. I wouldn't even need a wave dash. Like, it looks cool, but I think it's actually kind of hurting you here because you could still be in control of this ball and just boost a tiny bit, catch it again. I
Mm-hmm.
think that's more scary. So that wave dash kind of messed you up.
Yeah, just
Nice cut. Okay. Not gonna lie,
We don't need-
I thought you were
Oops.
100% gonna score this one.
I thought it was too.
Yeah, so that's just the.
Yeah.
I think the net was too open. It made you
It
scared.
was yeah.
Yeah. Not really sure what the fuck I'm doing. Alright. Not scared of these fakes that like it. Yeah, nice. Yeah, so that play, I was giving you a lot of space. I wanted to see if what you would go for here. I don't mind the like vanilla flick. It's a good shot. But just know that there's a lot of stuff you could do here, right? You can pop this into an air dribble. You could do an air dribble bump. It's a really good mechanic. That's pretty.
I can't do that.
I can show you how to
I've been working on it
do
for like
those.
months.
Okay, yeah, I can show you some tips
A
that help me
lot.
out with it
I've not been
in
able to
free
do that.
play. But definitely something to integrate here, especially when you're going so straight on with the net.
Mm.
When I'm like going straight forward into the net, I tend to go for a lot of like air dribble bumps or low 50-50s where I fake the
Mm.
flick and just drop the ball. And the reason for that is like here it works out and you score. Let's just say I got a save here. What's the problem with this flick?
And like my momentum's all in the net.
Exactly. Your car is in the net
So
and you're landing with zero boost. And so if you miss, you hit the post, hit that post, hit that post. I make a save. It's gonna
yeah,
happen a lot with
I've
dominance flick.
conceded a lot
Yeah,
from that kind of stuff.
exactly.
I did
So
notice that.
I tend to want to flick the ball or shoot the ball from angles like here,
Mm.
where my flip is going to carry me instead of going into the net. I'm stealing their boost. As they're making the save, I already got their boost,
Gotcha.
and now I'm here and I'm making another attack. Same thing on this side, right? Shoot from
Mm.
this angle, shoot from this angle, shoot from this angle. But when we start shooting from here, our momentum is just carrying us straight into the net. So
Okay.
air dribble bumps are good because even though we end up in their net, so does the opponent and the ball.
Yeah.
So they're kind of an all-in play, but from that angle, that's what I would probably go for in this position. I would at least fake challenge here in game. I would
Okay.
never just let someone crawl up, but I was curious to see what you would do. And the flick from this close is pretty deadly too, so I don't blame you. But yeah, just experiment with other stuff. A low
Okay.
50 there is also really, really good.
Gotcha.
Okay. Missed my shot. I like that you went for the ball and not the boost right away. Jump. Okay, that's fine. So I decided to leave you the ball, 12 boost. It's probably not the best for me, but it works. I remember this play. Yeah, so this is just kind of a all coming from the fact that I know you don't have any boost. So boost, I'm
Yeah.
taking both the hundreds here. So this first pop is good, and now you're done with your play, and your job is to get the heck out of here. Grab a pad, grab a pad, grab a pad, start running,
Yeah.
because I definitely have 100 here enough. Or I guess I wasted a
Mm.
ton. What did I do with my boost here? This is horrible. I'm actually so curious. How do I? Okay. All right. I used some for a fake challenge, and then I used some to get away from the fake challenge. So I definitely wasted a little bit of boost here, but 40 boost to be fair versus 0 is essentially having 100.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, from my POV, I know that I can beat you to this ball because you have absolutely 0.
Mm.
And so I'm just waiting to see if you're gonna peel off and grab pads or if you're gonna commit. The second I see that you're committing, I just beat you to it.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
smart.
So so it's just something to be aware of. When you have 0 boost, you really don't want to go for balls in the air,
Mm.
because whoever has boost is gonna just win. And you instead just want to power slide drift out of there and grab some pads, get back.
Gotcha.
All right, let's see. Okay, go up. Yeah, nice. I would have gone a little bit sooner. Like right now, you see that amount of separation from my car. Like I don't have another touch here, so I would just already be up because it's a little hard to tell. But if like the
Mm.
difference between my car being here or here is pretty significant on whether I can get another touch, so I would just play it safe and go up already.
Okay.
But it was fine. Okay, let's see how you start your attack. All right. Again, we're kind of doing this thing where the ball's just rolling in front of the car, which isn't very dangerous. You can't really do much with it. So I would prefer you to create a bounce here, or let's see, or like cut
Like,
infield instead of driving down the line, like taking a touch here and then wrapping
okay.
around for a hook shot, or wrapping around and grabbing a dribble, starting a dribble.
When the ball's like rolling on the corner, I feel like a lot of my options are like not.
Yeah,
I
so
don't really know what my options are there.
yeah,
Like,
so I can show you some stuff in
okay,
replay on how to create attacks out of that position.
gotcha.
All right, so very weird. Spawn. Okay. Okay. I like that you went for that. Okay, so I like the wave that you use a lot of wave dashes and not flips, but it's good to know that flipping is a faster way to get supersonic. Uh,
Yeah.
Boosting and flipping is faster than just this kind of wave dash that you do a lot over and over. It's just something to keep note of, especially once you learn speed flips. Speed flip
Mm.
and boost is way faster than what you're doing to get supersonic. Okay.
Kind of. I'm kind of just doing it to get consistent with it. Like,
Yep.
if I wasn't just trying to make it so I wouldn't miss wave dashes in it, because I used to do it. I used to miss wave dashes all the time,
Sure.
and then I would like fuck up everything. Um, so I've kind of just been trying to use wave dashes more than flicks to get more consistent with that.
That was a nice wave dash recovery out of there. Let's see. Like that flip touch.
I probably shouldn't have jumped on that one.
I guess you're just kind of destined to lose out in this sequence. I don't really see it. Like you kind of had to go for it. It's just right in front of your net. I'm trying to
Yeah,
figure out where things went
in the
wrong
whole
here.
net to shoot at.
I think it was
That.
starting with that play. So yeah, you kind of. To be fair, I don't know what I'm doing. This is just like a weird read. The ball just goes around you.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna like shoot it a little bit closer to the wall, or hit it a little closer to the wall, so I'd
Sorry.
be there for it.
I'm just gonna take a look at this recovery. So I think we oversteer here. We're like boosting and power sliding together.
Oh yeah.
If you had just tapped power slide instead of holding it down, you would have been able to
Mm.
recover through this boost, I'm pretty sure. And I don't know how much boost I have. Well, how much did I have before that? I had 0. So if you win this boost, you're not getting scored on in this position. And your
Mm.
recovery here is like super clean, but now your job is to beat me to this boost. And it's obviously going to be
Yeah.
close. But if you just tap power slide a few times instead of holding it down and boosting at the same time like you did, so if you just tap it and then boost, you're going to beat me to this boost, especially if you flip. Like, yeah, because you just oversteered.
Okay.
And it's a really slight mechanical thing, and in game it's so fast. I don't blame you, but that's the one moment that you had to escape out of this, I think. At this point, this
Gotcha.
is super difficult, and yeah, you're kind of dead here. It's fine. You're gonna concede in that position. That was a really good try. I really like that. Your recoveries are super good for your rank. Alright, let's see. Alright. So here I made a really big mistake. I have a huge advantage in this position,
Mhm.
and I go for something really greedy where I try to like backflip it into the net. But this shot,
Yeah.
this backwards shot here is so difficult when the ball is like in front of me already. Like
Yep.
I would have to be more forward behind the ball to do this.
Mhm.
Instead, I should just prioritize stealing your boost again, because that backflip kills all my momentum, and I just end up landing here and give you
Yeah.
100. So it's a complete misplay in that position. Okay. Yeah, so the controlling the ball off the wall definitely seems to be a sticking point. All right. So based on that replay, what do you think are, let's just say, like three of the most important things for you to focus on for improvement?
Um, keeping an eye on like how much boost my opponent has.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Um, attacks off the corner, like um the edge, the wall corner, you know.
Yeah,
And then respecting flicks.
yeah.
Like,
So I think defensive positioning, giving your opponent like a
yeah.
little more space when they have the ball in their car,
Mm,
is a big one. And just in general, rotating back a little quicker, it's going to be super
mm,
important. Um, I would say the controlling off the wall kind of goes. It's not like an isolated thing. It seems like in general, once the ball is
just
on your car,
catches.
you're comfortable. But yeah, your catches just in general could use a lot of work.
Gotcha.
And I definitely think that there's a lot of like easy drills you can do to improve there. So you see what I
Okay.
did right there where I chipped the ball off the wall? So like I want you to go into free play and get it on the wall, chip it off
And
and
then you
catch
just
it.
okay.
Right.
I feel like that'll help a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, so because like right now you're doing this where you're like letting it roll down and then you're driving with it. And this just
Mm,
does really limits your options. The one
gotcha.
thing that you can experiment with when you're playing with Dominus though is like just taking a shot with the corner of your car like that. You can catch people off guard even when the ball's
All right.
rolling. Like if you just speed up and just hit it with the corner of your car, you could catch people with it.
Mm,
Especially when you get closer to the net. That was a really bad one. But you get the idea.
yeah.
But yeah, so you can even like chip it down like this and not even dribble, but just take a power shot. You can definitely score a
Yeah.
lot of goals like that, especially off kickoffs. If you see someone, like if the ball spills out here on a kickoff and you see them going for their corner boost, you can just take a touch and just take a shot before they've gotten back,
Mm,
right?
yep.
That's an easy way to score a lot of goals. So in general, I didn't really see you do like many bounce dribbles or just like power shots in general. Um, and it's definitely something you want to integrate in your game, especially when
Yep.
you're with Dominus. You can generate so much power on these like um, hook shots and bounce dribbles. So, you know, if the
I
ball's
think
going to be
it's
on the ground, just yeah. What were
I
you gonna
think
say?
it's like a consistency thing for me
Hmm.
with those because I feel a lot more consistent with like dribbles and flicks, and so I go for those a lot more. But with bounce dribbles, I feel like a lot of times, since the Dominus is like really flat, it's a little harder for me
Sure.
to
I would
like
say the
catch the bounce. I mean,
the controls seem not to like shoot you down, but they definitely didn't
no,
seem very consistent in our games.
yeah,
Seemed like you spent a lot of time like fumbling with the ball, trying to get in control of it.
yeah,
And so it's definitely something for you to work on. And free play is great. So like you can roll the ball towards you and then practice catching it like that. That was actually pretty
yeah,
sloppy. Um, you can even just like just hit the ball off the wall. And this one rolled, so it's a little unfortunate. Practice like jumping off the wall to catch it, you know? Just make it
okay,
hard for yourself, because and even practice catching it off the ground. I didn't really see you like do this very often.
hmm,
But that's like a super fundamental movement, is having the ball rolling and then using the back of your car to kind of chip under it.
yeah,
And you can even kind of turn this into a flick right away by like, right? Just letting it
Yeah.
get on your car and then flicking. You can catch people off guard with that. But yeah, you can see how I'm just creating different catches and different types of opportunities to catch the ball. You can even flick the ball and catch it to yourself. Just learn the hitbox of your car and how to control the ball smoothly. Ideally,
Yep.
like without any sparks, so that you can flick right away.
Mhm.
So those are just some drills. And then with the air dribble bumps, I think for me, I really struggled to get the pop right on these for a while. It's like it was just really difficult for me to figure out the timing on the second jump. Is that what you're struggling with?
Honestly, I don't know. It usually what ends up happening is I'll get underneath the ball, like I'll pop it up and get underneath it, and then not be able to control it. So
Okay. So maybe it's just not generating like a big enough pop.
Uh.
Because if it's too low, it's quite hard to work with.
yeah,
So experiment with like having the ball centered on your car perfectly, and you don't want it to be sparking at all. Because if the ball's like not in your control fully, it's really hard to get control of it again.
gotcha.
So yeah, try starting them when the ball's not sparking and it's like on the center of your car.
Mhm.
And then let's see. One thing that you were trying was this like pop like that into a flick.
Yeah,
And that's a really, really good move in ones especially, because the initial jump makes your opponent freeze up a little bit, and it
Yeah.
creates room for the second jump. And also, the first pop sometimes makes people just like panic and rush you, and then you can
Yeah.
even just like, you could do whatever. You can just pop the ball again. You could like, cut the ball around them.
Yeah.
So the mechanics there, like I said, were just, it's really similar to like an air dribble bump, where you just want it like centered in your car. You see how in control I am there? You can do
Yeah.
anything. So you just, no sparks, little pop. You can even just pick a side and shoot, right? Because they're gonna rush at you. It's like a super versatile thing. Because there was one time where you did it with that wave dash and it kind of messed you up.
Yeah.
So you can practice that in free play and get the timing down. But honestly, I don't even use wave dashes off them because the timing with them is a little weird when the ball like on your car changes your car's speed a little bit, if that makes sense. And so
Yeah.
the timing is different than it would typically be. But yeah, I think practicing shooting and hook shots and bounce shots and definitely your flicks still could be refined. You did score one nice one, but in general I didn't feel like much pressure from them.